Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader. And today, first it's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. But I'm going to be doing my February wrap up today. Because we do only have 2 more days of February left, and I've completed my TBR, so may as well. But anyway, I managed to read and complete 7 books in the month of February. Don't know how, but it happened. However, we did DNF not 1, not 2, but 3. We DNF 3 books, and I will discuss them with you in a moment, but have some water. Have some water. Go get water. I know you haven't had water today. Go get water. Pause the video, go get a drink of water and come back. You know who you are. You know you haven't drunk water today. Anyway, so let's talk about all the books that I completed. So first of all, I read Heaven's Official Blessing, Volume 1. I read this actually on my Kindle, which you are propped up against, so I can't lift that up. But I read this on my Kindle, which was such a good idea because I was able to take the story in a lot more. Because these books are beautiful, but like the font is really quite small. They're quite dense. They're kind of hard to read. So I read them on my Kindle, and I'm super happy I did. So it's basically about this guy right here who was a prince in his human life, and then he ascended to godhood. But he tends to make a blunder of himself quite a lot, and he's gotten himself banished to the human world like 2-3 times, and he's ended up being the laughing stock of the heavens. And he really just wants to make a name for himself. So when he's down in the human world, he builds himself a wee shrine, like a temple sort of thing. And he wants to try and gain a lot of merit amongst the mortals to, gain a little bit of favor back. And while he's down on the human realm, he meets this guy right here with the eye patch. You see him. And his name is, well, I do know their names, but I'm horrendous at the pronunciation. So if you are intrigued by this story, please go to someone else for pronunciation of the names because I'm horrendous at doing that. But anyway, he meets this guy and things just go from there. Really, things just go from there. And I thoroughly enjoyed my time reading this. I love the interaction between these two. Again, the writing is a little bit dense. It's a bit info dumpy. But all in all, had a great time reading it. 4 stars. I'll just leave that there. Oh, now, the next book that I'm going to talk about was the Introverted Reader book club pick for the month of February. And I'm so sorry to say, I DNF this because it was so boring. So boring. Don't give me a book that says the word witches in it and literally have nothing bewitchy about it. And as well, these characters, I could not get behind these characters. I'm sorry. They felt really cliche. And speaking of the magic, they can do magic. But whenever it's brought up, they're like, oh yeah, magic. We can do that. That's right. We can do magic. And it's like, so it's basically about these two on the cover here. One is in a military camp sort of thing. She's and she is actually the rightful heir to this nation. But then the other girl is the daughter of the person who took it over. And she's actually also the girl who's the daughter of the current ruler. She's actually a part of a rebel organization that's looking to overthrow this person. And they end up sort of having to work together. But the way, it's split into 3 parts, right? So I finished part 1 and I'm feeling quite good, right? I'm like, okay, that was good. Let's keep on going. But the second part, it was such a drag. I'm sorry. And I got quite close to the end. I did, but I just couldn't anymore. So DNF from me. And then I read The Do's and Donuts of Love by Abdiba Jagradar. I actually did do a review on this instead, which is on one of the last videos I did on my channel. So if you want to know everything that I felt and thought about this, go watch that review. But I thought this was a really cute young adult contemporary. It's sapphic, so that was good. It's all about baking. So if you want to know more details about this, go watch my video. And then the next book that I read was Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the comic, volume 5. I just want you to take in the cover art for these. The cover art for these, absolutely stunning. So do I even need to tell you anything more about this? I don't think I do, but I'm loving reading these comics, like seeing this amazing story just like played out in like full color is just beautiful. So 4 stars for that. The next book that I read was The Righteous by Renee Ahdieh. This is the 3rd book in the Beautiful series. Now, this was okay, but I don't think I can talk. I'll skip over the next book for a second, and I'll just talk about these 2 right here, because this is the 3rd and 4th book in the Beautiful quartet. Now, the thing is, yeah, I read the first 2. I reread the first 2 in preparation to read these for the first time. This book right here didn't even feature the main characters. It featured more 2 side characters. And then this right here, what the hell was this? I DNF'd this. This was actually the 2nd DNF that I made in the month of February because I wasn't enjoying it, and I don't need this negative energy in my birthday month. Thank you very much. This right here, this and low-key this as well, felt like 2 complete, like these 2 felt like they were part of a different series, especially this one. Like this one especially felt like a completely different story apart from the first 2. Like the first 2, I was assuming was going to be a vampire romance story set in New Orleans, but then these 2, what the hell were these 2? Especially this. What was going on in here? I ask you. And then I went and looked at reviews after I DNF because I was like, I don't care about this anymore. Let me look at reviews. Let me see what people are saying. Because obviously I DNF'd. I didn't care if I spoiled myself. And so many people said this book was so bad. Like, so many of the review, nearly every single review actually that I read for this said that it was really, really bad. It felt completely separate from like this series does a complete 180 from what it was in the first 2 books. The 2 main characters don't feel the same at all. And yeah, it just felt so different. I was like, these 2 characters that I'm reading have the same names as the characters I read in the first 2, but they don't feel like the same people. And so many people in the reviews were saying the ending was terrible. Like the ending for this, just like the series overall, was really, really awful. And it said that somebody said that one of the relationships was completely ruined due to a stupid communication and nothing was resolved. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need this anymore. I don't need this. So I can't believe I read this in its entirety, but I did, and I only got like maybe like 140 pages into this. It's not even that long, but yeah, it just, another vampire series for me has just gone downhill and I'm upset. But anyway, that's those 2 gone. I'm done with that series. Anyway, so the next book that I fully completed was You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. Yes, that is her name. So this is a story about this girl called Liz, and she is like she is super smart, she's super capable, and she wants to go to this really prestigious university and study music, and then further along the line go to medical school and become a doctor. But she is unable to provide the funds with which to do that. And then her brother finds out that their school is holding a campaign for prom queen, and if she wins that, then she can get a scholarship to her college of choice and whatever, and some money. And at first she is dead set, like, absolutely not. Like, I'm an invisible wallflower, I'm a nerd. All the popular kids go for that. It's a popularity contest. Like, they don't, like, I'm not doing that. But then she ends up going in for it because she's like, you know what? maybe her friends kind of persuade her to do it, and she's like, do you know what, if I win I get a scholarship, you know, fine, whatever, I'll do it. But then this other girl called Mac, who is the new girl, and she's really pretty, she's really cute, she kind of, and then our girl Liz sort of develops a crush on her, and the two of them are like running against each other in this race. Now in the end I gave this 3 stars, if I'm being completely real with you, because first and foremost, obviously I'm 32 years old. I am not the target audience for this. Most of this was just petty high school drama, and I'm like, I'm not into like, I don't care. And I mean, I thought it was really, it's cute, I will give it that. It is well written, I will give it that. However, the two girls, right, Liz and Mac, you know, they flirt a lot with each other, but Mac wasn't even really a major part of the story. Like, she was just there. Like, her and Liz would flirt a little bit, and then Mac would like disappear again for ages. I need to prop you back up. You keep falling down. There we go. Ah, hold on. There we go. There, you're sitting right. Anyway, so Mac was just there to be the love interest, and right, I'm gonna say something here. It's maybe like over halfway in the book, right? They have this argument while they're at this party. And so they've gotten together, right? They have a date, they kiss. She asks her right away, will you be my girlfriend? I'm like, after one date, you're setting yourself up for failure there, love. And then they're at this party, and the thing is, Liz had said to Mac that we can't make it known that like we're together, because you know, the school, the town in general is really homophobic and just terrible. Like, they're homophobic, and just they don't allow same-sex couples to attend the prom together, which is so stupid. And they're all like, if anybody gets wind that we're together, then it could affect my chances in this race, which again, it's really homophobic and really stupid, but like, it's the way it is. And so when they're at this party, and like Mac, or Amanda, her actual name is Amanda, like, Liz walks in, Amanda waves at her and just goes back to speaking to her friend, doing exactly what Liz had said to do, being like, oh, here, we can't be seen interacting with each other because if they get wind, it could affect my chances in this race. And everybody is just really homophobic and awful, and they don't need that. And then Liz just gets angry at her for no reason. Like, she's doing exactly what you said for her to do, and she just starts an argument with her over nothing. Literally over nothing. And I was so annoyed. And for me, this relationship just was not developed enough. Like, I understand it's a young adult, they're teenagers. I'm clearly not the target audience for it, obviously, but it just wasn't developed enough for me. And yeah, I ended up giving this 3 stars. And then the next book that I read was Heaven's Official Blessing, Volume 2. And again, I read this on my Kindle, and I had such a much better time reading this, because this was the volume that I really struggled at, and I ended up not continuing on. But now I'm ready. I'm ready to continue on now with this series, because I had such a fun time reading this again, and like, for me, reading it on my Kindle was the best way to go for me, and I'm going to continue on doing that. But I'm loving this, and I'm really looking forward to carrying on to volume 3. And then the last book that I got for you is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I finished this yesterday, and this was wonderful. This was great. It's her debut adult fantasy, and it's basically about 2 main characters. Kale is one, and he's an orphan, and when he was 10 years old, he was brought in to be like the body double for the prince, and they have to like be with each other all the time, you know, like they sleep in the same room, they eat together, train together, like close as brothers. And he's basically brought up to be the prince's sword catcher. So basically that is a term used for someone to, like, if they feel like this could be a dangerous situation for a prince to go into, they would send him in instead. And if something happened to him, it wouldn't matter. At least he's not the prince. And then the other character that we follow is Lynn, who grows up, who is kind of grows up in this sort of poor sort of district, and she is a physician, and her position's not really taken very seriously because she's a woman, but like she is like the best physician within this area, and but obviously because she's a woman, she's not given proper access to the proper books and that she needs, because her best friend is suffering from this illness and she wants to know how to help her. And yeah, that is the basis of this story, and it's so well written. Like, one of the things that Cassandra Clare does the best in this and in the Shadowhunters as well is the way she writes characters. Like, she is so good at writing characters that are just these tortured, broken things that you just root for. Like, you just want them all to be okay and protect them all at all costs, and that's what I felt about all the characters in this. Like, I don't know what she does, but she writes probably some of the best character-driven stories that I've read in a really long time, like Shadowhunters and this, and I'm so ready for book 2 in this series to come out, like, you've no idea. So, good, solid, high 4 stars for this from me. And then the last book that I want to talk about, it's not, I don't have a physical copy of it here. Thank goodness I don't. But I was reading Howl's Moving Castle on my Kindle. And you know, I watched the movie for that for the first time, I think like last week. I did a review for it on my channel. But anyway, I was really excited about it, and I got the book on my Kindle, and I got maybe like 60-ish% of the way through. I ended up DNFing it because, listen, I understand that when you're adapting a book into a movie or a TV show, whatever, there's things that you need to change. I fully understand that. Like, obviously, you can't put everything that happens in the book into the Studio Ghibli film, which is only like an hour and a bit long, okay? I get that. But this book felt so completely different from what we were given in the film. Like, Howl himself is not a very nice person. Like, and Sophie isn't really very likable either. Like, Howl is just this really stuck up, you know, vain, he's just not nice. He's not charming at all. You know, I'm really glad they totally changed his character in the film, and it was the best thing they could do, because they actually made him a decent human being, whereas in the book he's just not. And yeah, the book felt really convoluted, and the pacing was all over the place, and I'm sorry, Miss Diane. I know she has since passed away. She passed away like in 2011, I think I remember reading somewhere, but I'm sorry, Miss Diane. All respect in the world, but the book was not the book, in this case, the movie was better than the book. But anyway, those are all the books that I want to talk to you about today. Let me know if you read any of these and what your thoughts are on them. How has your reading month gone for the month of February? Thank you in advance for all the birthday wishes that I've been getting on the socials today. I feel very loved. And yeah, I'm gonna chill out and watch Sister Act, and I'll see you in my next video next week. Bye!